silence in the robotics classroom betrayed the reality that the room was bursting at the seams with veteran members and curious students listening intently to the nearly hour-long lecture about membership obligations. As the first meeting of the year lumbered along, returning members watched listlessly as the volunteer mentors presented the premise of each of their teams. But not Lindsay, the new controls team leader, who took the initiative to meet with her team mentor in another room to discuss the challenges and priorities on the horizon. Within the first 2 meetings, she eased into her new role as a teacher and role model for prospective new members that were applying to join the team for the remainder of the school year. Separately, Team President Sanju took the reins of the organization that had lost many veteran members that were the last remaining link to in-person competitions prior to the onset of the pandemic. In the interest of her credibility as a leader, Sanju participated in various demonstrations that expounded the inner workings of each of the robots in the team's possession. Meanwhile, students without leadership roles took care to display interest and dedication to the team as the entrance interviews and membership cuts approached. Some had joined to continue chasing their passion for engineering and tinkering that was awakened in middle school robotics experiences, while others tagged along to enjoy bonding with their peers and make lasting friendships. Within only a few weeks' time, the team membership was set, and the relief among the members that remained could be felt as team meetings became replete with banter. The first off-season competition, Thor, arrived soon after, and some students had to stay behind due to capacity restrictions at the event venue. Although their hearts were full of hope as they watched the rest of the team compete, they could not overcome the realities of their lack of in-person competition experience that had led to the team's lackluster performance that day. In the meetings that followed, Lindsay's morale waned as she pondered the prospect of grooming a class of novice members into student engineers that could credibly compete at the state and national level. She and Drive Team coach Emmeline worked closely with the rest of the Drive Team that would be at bat at the all-girls competition, Doyen, that weekend. As they practiced driving through obstacle courses and shooting a homemade target, Lindsay watched expectantly as her legacy began to blossom. At the conclusion of the last meeting before the second competition, veteran members that would not be participating lightened the mood. Indeed, they made the mundane task of cleaning up the practice course into a lighthearted one. At the competition venue, teammates turned down the temperature of the situation with some humor of their own when they learned that they would advance to the final round. Later, student leadership struggled to maintain their confidence when the robot took the stage. Team mentors struggled likewise. Nevertheless, spectating teammates glowed with exuberance from the bleachers. The resolve of Drive Team members Ojasi, Ria, and Emmeline overcame the maelstrom of a jammed ball inside of the robot during the final round. After the dust settled at the end of the round, Lindsay reluctantly gazed at the updated scoreboard. Fear became joy when it was announced that the team placed 4th overall. With newfound confidence, the team turned its attention to another pressing matter, fundraising, and engaged in mock meetings with sponsors. Other students began the arduous process of prototyping the next generation of robots, for most of the old ones were ready to be laid to rest. Despite these hardships, the time was still ripe for some banter with students and mentors alike. Students had much yet to learn, but were in good company to expand their horizons. The team looked towards the next chapter as one family.